Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished Leicester City nil, Arsenal 1. And I mean, it's probably one of the more one-sided 1-0 victories that you will see in football, especially in the Premier League, because I can't seem to remember much that Leicester created in the game. I mean, there had a bit of flurry of offense here and there, but just never looked like they were ever going to get a goal, let alone a win from this game. And that's something that will concern Rodgers a lot, especially because they had a lot of counter-attacking opportunities. They had those opportunities, yet every time they got into good positions, 3-on-3, 3-on-2, they just kind of slowed it down. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was lack of confidence in making that final pass, that final decision. But it just looked like they slowed it down and they checked back, they played it back. I mean, Nacho did it in the first half. Barnes did it in the second half as well, where he just, he had a good chance actually, but he did, instead of putting it in the box, he just kind of checked back. So I don't know what it was. The closest I think was the one where Harvey Barnes finally put in a left-footed cross, and Iheanacho couldn't get onto the end of that. That's why the closest they came. It's not really a chance, though, is it? But other than that, there just wasn't much of an attacking threat that Leicester posed in this game, which was surprising, considering the fact that the opportunities that they did have to kind of make things awkward for Arsenal. But I mean, credit to Arsenal, they really played well. I mean, the first half was good from them. Leandro Trossard had the ball in the back of the net. Now, was that a foul? My first glance was that it was not a foul, but then I see the second replay with Danny Ward, and the thing is, it's hard for me to say. Like, it's one of those things that if I mean, we're saying that now, but it's one of those things where I think it's hard for me to say that it was a foul or not, because I've seen those given and not given. So you've got to go with the referee in this, and they're saying that, yeah, it's probably a foul. It probably is, but I've seen those not being given as well. So it's a very difficult one for me to say, but maybe the decision was the right one. I can sympathize with those Arsenal fans who might feel hard done by that decision, and maybe if they hadn't won the game, this would be a big talking point. But as it stands, I think the fact is that they won the game, this won't be a big talking point. But I just felt that it was a bit of 50-50. It went Leicester's way, but could very easily have gone Arsenal's way. So, but White should be more careful. It's the same thing with the Bruno thing, right? I don't think that in itself is a problem for Ward, because I think Ward flaps at it. Either way, I think Ward was not in control of that situation. So I think Ward would have flapped at it either way. But because White's held his hand a little bit, or he's made that movement, what he's done is he's given the referee a decision to make, and he's gone in favor of the goalkeeper. The same thing happened to Bruno and Balde the other day. You give the referees a decision to make when you do things like that. It was just stupid from White there. But you know what? That's what it is. It doesn't matter much, because the goal did come in the second half, and it came from Martinelli, of all players. I mean, he's a player who's had a lot of bad luck with form recently, but yeah, he steps up right after the break. I think how disappointed will Leicester be, because they get into halftime 0-0, probably a bit lucky, but also having done a good defensive job, and then you come in the second half, and I think Bender is probably saying, see out the first 10-15 minutes, just see out the 10-15 minutes, and then we can try and get a draw or nick a win from somewhere. That would have been the game plan, but yet 46 minutes, the ball is given away. I mean, it's a sloppy pass from Leicester. Gabriel latches onto it, and because they're trying to be forward, therefore there's all these gaps for Trossard to take advantage of. And it's a nice little ball from Gabriel to Trossard, and he puts in a nice little cross, not a cross, it's a pass for Gabriel Martinelli. It's a good finish for Martinelli. And I'm surprised that NDD was got a bit let off the hook there. I think probably yellow card. VR can't intervene in yellow cards, but I think the ref could have shown him a yellow card for what he did there, because that was a bit nasty. Could have been a lot of trouble for Martinelli, but lucky to escape with nothing, hopefully. But yeah, that was a good finish for Martinelli, and Leicester again. Even the goal they get a bit lucky, isn't it? But 1-0, and I think after that Leicester that planned counter attack from Leicester just never came. It just didn't look like it was going to happen, which is sad from a Leicester point of view, from Brendan Rodgers' point of view, because you want to show a bit more fight than what they did, particularly at home. And it just felt like they didn't believe in themselves that they could get back in the game. That's the part that's scary, isn't it? It's the fact that lack of belief. But it's not a problem for Arsenal. I mean, they'll be happy with the fact that they've got the win. They'll be happy with the fact that they've kept a clean sheet. I think right now where Arsenal are, and some people might say 1-0 is not really convincing. Right now, I think where Arsenal are is, I think that people have realized that, one, Eddie Nketiah is not a Gabriel Jesus replacement. He had his purple patch. I think it's over now. I think teams have kind of figured him out a little bit. And I do think that he's going to, and maybe I could be wrong. In the next game, he had going to score a hat trick, but I do feel that he's not going to have the same impact that he had post World Cup up to probably a few games, up to probably the United game. They had that purple patch. I don't think he's going to have that again. But you could put me wrong. But I just feel that right now where they're at is that they're just going to try to get through each game, get through the point where Gabriel Jesus returns, and then maybe they'll kind of try and build on that from there. But I think for now it's just getting 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, and that's all they need to do. They need to, they played the good football at the start of the season. Now it's just about getting results, 1-0, 2-1s, whatever. Just get the job done. I think that's where they will be at. Because it's in their own hands. They can even lose to City and they can still win the title. It's in their own hands, so they don't have to worry about anything right now. It's just about getting the points as and when they get them, and hope that City slip up somewhere that will allow them, to build cushions. But otherwise, just try and get the job done. That's where that's what league titles are now. Where they won now in this part of the season. There's no point trying to play well or do anything of that sort. Just get results. That's all that matters in title chase. And Arteta will be saying that to his players. I do feel that Arteta sometimes get a little bit over animated at the touchdown. I've seen recently with the whole thing that he did last with Aston Villa, now today as well, when the VAR went against him. He I do feel he gets a bit rattled easily, and maybe he needs to have a bit more of a poker face. Maybe not. I don't know. It works. But I just feel that in situations like this, you need to have a bit of a poker face as well. You don't want to show people that the frustration is getting to you. That's just my opinion. But I mean, as an Arsenal fan, you can let me know what you think. I thought Trossard played well as a striker, and maybe that's the option. Just having Trossard and Martinelli and Saka, that could be the way forward. What will happen in the Europa League is different. I think they'll probably rotate for that one. But for now, I think just that's probably the fun three that they want to go with: the Trossard, Saka, and Martinelli. That's the one that I would go. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game, of course. Do smash like if you enjoyed this video. Do share it, of course, if you enjoyed it as well. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We appreciate your support. We're gonna have a couple more match reaction videos today as well to look out for. Let's see what City do now. If the ball's in their court now, they've got to go and get 3 points as well against Bournemouth, because Arsenal have won, so they can't afford to slip up. Let's see what happens there, of course. We've got a few other games that we're going to be keeping an eye on as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.